first scheduled 10-rounder for Whittaker. That IBF ranking belt on the line. Bob Williams, our referee.
Okay, gentlemen, obey my commands. In the event of a knockdown, the fighter standing will go to the furthest neutral corner and stay there. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves.
So here we go, they're scheduled for 10 rounds or fewer. Whittaker in the grey and black, Arenyeka in the green and white of Nigeria. Whittaker looking to try and get onto that jab immediately and then cut with that right hand. A little shake of the head there from Arenyeka. Whittaker just going up and down with the jab, looking to time the right hand over the top of Arenyeka's jab.
I don't want to speak too soon, but we potentially could see a different Ben Whittaker here. You know, I think he's annoyed that, you know, Ezra's got this opportunity from shouting his mouth off in a press conference, so we might see a little bit more on the ball, a little bit more, less of the showboating, although I'm sure it will come.
Again, just looking to try and kill that right hand in around the back of the guard. On the jab, looking to set up those attacks. He's been boxing for a really long time, Whittaker. He was such a good amateur, of course. He knows that you have to earn your openings. If you just go out there bombing, then you can make life difficult for yourself. He's just looking to get on top of Arenyeka right from the off here, Matt, not give him any kind of encouragement and then break him down.
Yeah, exactly. Backing him up there, looking for the right hand over the top of that jab. Just, you know, putting him in his box, putting him in his place. Take any sting out of him, any initial sting, although there hasn't shown too much of it already. Arenyeka, or he's targeting the body, but he's been quite passive here so far. But yeah, Whittaker going to look to try and break him up with the jab, body shots. I was expecting a more aggressive start from Arenyeka, who's, you know, he talked the talk all week.
I think he's done okay, actually, in this opening round so far, Arenyeka. He's not been super expansive, as you say, Matt, but he's kept things nice and tight. This is an altogether different scenario for him compared to the people he's boxed previously, where he has looked to be aggressive. He has come over the top of that front foot a bit, leaned in and let both hands go. He's intelligent enough to know that if he does that against Whittaker, then, well, he will be falling right into the surgeon's scalpel.
He's playing him at his own game. Here we go.
And that is good to see. That is good to see. A little bit of a nod there from Whittaker almost as the first round comes to an end. He's got some confidence about him, Arenyeka, no question about that. This place just filling up and most people taking their seats because Whittaker is not somebody you want to miss. He has gathered that reputation very, very quickly.
It's a nice jab to the body from Arenyeka. Again, I think he's going to look to try and set the right hand over the top off that jab to the body.
Just let that right hand go there, Whittaker. Off the back of the jab, just dipped the knees, shot it through nice and straight. Arenyeka, though, just dipped his own knees, let it slide over his shoulder. That's a good jab from Whittaker, up from the waist.
Razor sharp, it comes in and out quick, goes back. It comes back a bit lower at occasions, but because he's got such good reactions, you know, at this level, it doesn't really matter.
Downstairs. Nice.
Nice right hand into the body there from Whittaker. Doubled up on the jab and then went underneath.
Keep coming. Right is downstairs as well. Keep your feet close up.
Whether you like how he does it or not, when you actually break down the skills of Whittaker, his jab's brilliant. He mixes the speed up. He changes where he's hitting. It could be head, could be body. When you break it down, he's brilliant at what he does, whether you like how he does it or not.
Well, he loves to please the crowd, Whittaker, entertain the crowd and enjoy himself. But you look at his fights and he builds into the fight. He looks to establish the jab, then put the right hand on the back of it, and then bit by bit become more expansive, as he did there with those couple of combinations. He doesn't just go out there bombing, looking for that one punch finish, because yes, that can happen sometimes, but you can never rely on that. So he does all of the spade work now.
Yeah, I don't think he's a particularly, you know, heavy, concussive, one-punch power kind of guy, but he's very accurate, very sharp, and he'll walk you onto shots. He's that kind of power.
I don't think anyone wants to lose the first 2 rounds, but when you've got the 10 rounds, it's not the end of the world. You can pull them back.
Yeah, I think from Arenyeka's point of view, you're boxing someone who's as sharp as Ben Whittaker. You probably know the first 2 rounds you're going to lose, just to get the timing, just to get the distance, just to try and get the reading of him.
Because as confident as Arenyeka is, and as sure of himself as he comes across as he reaches for a long right hand there, this is a big step up. And what you want in the early stages is just to get that confidence that you can handle this, because he will have wondered on that ring walk when that bell went.
He's the person that's talked himself into this situation, and you've got to be careful what you wish for when you do that.
That's a good left hand to the body from Whittaker, and then again just manages to slide that right hand in around the back of the guard, but Arenyeka looks to try and fire back, catches him with an overhand right there. The uppercut wasn't far away from Whittaker. But Arenyeka looking to try and close that gap, looking to try and move in on Whittaker. Lets the right hand go again there, catches him on the shoulder.
He's trying to walk in with a high guard with his hands so he can get there where he needs to be to let them bent arm big shots go. Because his physicality, he looks big, strong and muscular.
Decent combination there for Whittaker. The final punch was the left uppercut, just slightly off the straight. Didn't quite land.
He threads them through nicely through the gaps. Even when he throws that left hook to the body, he really gets right round the back of the elbow.
Arenyeka just backing up here. I wonder if the body shot has hurt him there just a few seconds beforehand, because he started to retreat. I think Whittaker has sensed it. Final few seconds of the round, he's trying to tuck up on the ropes there, Arenyeka. And that's the first sign, I think, there that Whittaker had just got to him. Into the 4th is scheduled for 10. The IBF International title at light heavyweight on the line. Ben Whittaker in the denim. Ezra Arenyeka in the sparkling green and white of his native Nigeria. Went to America at the age of 14 with the family, graduated high school there, then came to the UK. He's been up and down the country at times through his education, just about to complete a PhD. So he will be Dr. Arenyeka before too long, but he's pursued that boxing career as well. Mostly outside of the UK up until this point, but this will announce him to a few people, particularly if he can keep this going. He's losing these rounds, but he's organised. He's certainly got himself into very good shape, and he is trying to get off wherever he can. Whittaker just dipping in and out. Right then, another right hand into the body, and it's exactly those kinds of shots which are going to start to take a toll on Arenyeka. We saw one body shot hurt him towards the end of the previous round, and they're sharp, accurate punches. Good counter right hand there, and again goes downstairs.
Where Arenyeka's coming in with the high guard, he's just Ben's just taking it round the side, like the hook that we've just seen there. He's coming in with a high guard, elbows in, but he's leaving big gaps around the side, and Ben's just touching him up, and when he brings the elbows in, he's just whacking him around the side.
Into the final minute of round 4. Whittaker leading off with the left hook and then just trying to sit down on the right hand a little bit. Trying to get that jab away every now and again, Arenyeka, but he hasn't done all that much punching in this round. I think that's fair to say. And the reason is that most of the time when he tries something, he gets caught, but not there. Nice long right hand and then the uppercut. Just caught Whittaker a glancing blow.
That's what he needs to do more of, just throw more shots. Ben's not a person that you can throw 2 shots at. He's gonna bob, he's gonna weave, he's gonna move back. You've got to go and go again.
Yeah, it's too sharp for Whittaker to catch with singles. You have to put combinations together.
Farnell, a really good pro himself on that Manchester scene in the early 2000s particularly. Arenyeka a bit more aggressive at the start of round 5. He felt one to the body there with the left hand of Whittaker. But as Tash has been saying, he's trying to keep that guard high. He's got nice long arms, so when he tucks up those elbows, those forearms do cover that body pretty well. And he's trying to get a few more punches off. Whittaker just caught by a long right hand there.
Beautiful, man, beautiful.
Bring him on, good. Look that jab. Look that jab.
1-2, 1-2. 1-2, Ezra.
Nice, freedom.
Timed the right hand to the body nicely there, Whittaker.
Make it simple, come on. Simple again. Make it simple, Ezra.
It could be one of those cases here, Matt, that Whittaker kind of wants Arenyeka to be a bit more ambitious possibly, because when he's tucking up and looking to keep things tight, the Nigerian, he's got a good solid shape to him. Good right hand there from Whittaker, but from what I've seen of him, when he looks to get on the front foot and really let his hands go, that's when the technique can come apart slightly.
Yeah, he's got really long arms, hasn't he? So he can block, you know, the body shots, he can block the, you know, the solar plexus and the floating rib area. It's very difficult to, although Ben has hurt him to the body, he has got round the back, but he's going to have to open him up with combinations and maybe some feints.
Great shot by Whittaker.
Ben just dipped those knees and sailed underneath the left hand from Arenyeka. Heading towards halfway. One right hand there from Arenyeka. doubling up on that left hand to the body. You can hear it thud into the torso and rib cage of Arenyeka. Final few seconds of round 5. Main event still to come, of course. Chris Billam-Smith up against Richard Roundfort, defending his WBO World Cruiserweight title.
Seconds out, round 6.
So into the second half of the fight we go. Whittaker in the denim, Arenyeka in the green and white. There's that left to the body again there. I think Arenyeka just managed to deflect that one with the elbow. What would you like to see more of, possibly, from Whittaker here, Matt? He's in with somebody who has come in top condition, who has come with a game plan, who knew that he was going to be up against it and that he couldn't afford to give anything away, and he's booking in for a long job here, Whittaker, really.
Yeah, like I said, Arenyeka's got those long arms, so he's got a really tight defence. So I'd like to see Ben open him up, be creative. You know, they'll put combinations together. You're going to have to, you know, single shots, even doubles aren't really going to get through. So you've got to, you know, put 4 or 5 punch combinations together, feints, and really open this guy up and work the body.
He was short with the right hand there, Arenyeka, and fell forward rather. And if he'd just been able to give himself a little bit of space there, Whittaker, he could maybe have caught him. He does have that habit when he commits to those punches on the front foot, he comes over the top of it. Whittaker with a neat combination there, and then a nice left hand, a couple of left hands, and some very smooth upper body movement.
They're great body shots, great hooks to the body. He just taps it up the middle, makes him move his elbows in and just whacks it around the side.
And he's taken them very well, Arenyeka. That doesn't necessarily mean that he'll be able to take them all night, but there's just that one instance toward the end of the 4th round, I think it was, where he backpedaled a touch. He's backed up to the ropes here, and Whittaker maybe just making a slight dent there, the right hand over the top. Heading into the final minute of round 6, if he can just keep turning the screw here. I think he's getting somewhere here, Whittaker, now.
He definitely felt one of them body shots, I think it was. You can see Ben knows where it was that he got him, and he's aiming for it now.
Just switching things up and down with the jab.
There you go.
And finishing on that left hand into the body. There was an interesting little incident at the end of the round, just as you left us. He goes to walk him back to the corner, and then Arenyeka, well, to use old-fashioned parlance, he stuck the heat in, didn't he, Macklin? And I'm not surprised, to be honest. And Whittaker, to be fair to him, didn't complain because he knew that he was making fun of him, walking him back to the corner. Arenyeka responded, and neither one of them had any particular problem with it. Bob Williams let it go and is now having a word.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Whittaker goaded him by walking him back, and he stuck the head on him. The referee just says, "Come on, lads, let's calm it down."
I think it's a little bit of frustration as well.
Arenyeka busier at the start of this round, trying to use that jab. Still keeping things nice and tight, guard up in place, locked into that shell. nearly timed the uppercut there, Whittaker, not quite.
Them little stab the bodies that he does, they're not a power shot, but they do make you move, and they do make you have to reset, and they do create gaps, which is why he uses them, and he uses them so effectively.
This is a first 10-rounder for Whittaker, and the signs at the moment are that it may well go the distance. If he's going to get a stoppage here, then he's going to have to just raise the temperature, turn the screw, see if he can click through the gears a bit in this round, the next round, the round after.
Yeah, he might be happy enough to get to 10 rounds though, Whittaker.
Regardless, it'd still be good though, wouldn't it, to see him just try and up it bit by bit towards the end, finish nice and strong, get those 10 under your belt at a really good pace, push yourself basically.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm sure he'll do that.
That's a nice combination, just sinking onto the back foot. 3 crisp punches just rattled off.
First and third. Go again. First and third. Game play, champ.
30 seconds.
Game play, champ. Game play.
That was naughty.
Well, he's going to take a point, I think, here, Bob Williams, because there was the headbutt in between rounds and then there was the elbow there. And I think he's correct there, the referee, to make that deduction. He let the headbutt go because he knew there was provocation, not that that means that you should be allowed to do that, but that elbow, as you said, Sasha, that was a little bit naughty. Left hand there from Arenyeka right towards the end of the round. OK, let's go down ringside. Andy is with Crystal Palace chairman Steve Parish. Reaching for that right hand. Arenyeka didn't quite land it. Again, goes for it there. The feet crossed and he came forward, but he committed to it, followed it in. That was my worry for him in this fight. It was that tendency to overbalance when he goes on the attack, but he hasn't really done it all that much. And when it has happened, as I say, he's doubled down on it and travelled in behind it as quick as he can.
That's how you work. That's how you work.
Over the top, feet close.
That's all that jab.
Turning southpaw here, Whittaker, who's done that a couple of times in the fight up until this point, not for any great length of time. There's the agility from Whittaker, just avoiding that attack from Arenyeka. He looks for a right hand. I don't think he landed his. I think Whittaker's might have got through. But the Nigerian has taken what Whittaker has had to give him up until this point.
30 seconds. Shoot some in.
Closing stages of round 8. Arenyeka again with a long right hand there, doesn't quite land it. Whittaker with that left hand into the body. He sunk that in
Good lad, Ben.
all night long. Whittaker 6 minutes away from lifting that IBF International belt, which may or may not come with a top 15 ranking, but it's a first title all the same. Arenyeka continues to come forward, a nice little spin of his own there towards that blue corner, away to our right-hand side. Comes in with that cross, square on, just trying to mix things up a little bit himself there.
You don't want to be spinning like that, Andy. You've seen Deontay Wilder spin and get hit with a shot that he couldn't see from Zhang, so...
As you say, it can be dangerous. Wilder just turning blind straight onto the fist of the big bang. It's not really what anybody needs to be doing. It was amazing, really, that he got back to his feet after that. A minute into round 9, and Whittaker, I think, is happy here to do the 10, get the 10 rounds under his belt. It's really early, Matt, in the career still. Punching power is something that people will talk about, probably, off the back of this performance. At light heavyweight, you need to be able to crack, don't you, at the highest level. It doesn't mean you have to be able to clean everybody out, but you've got to have respectable punching power. And I think from Whittaker, what we're seeing is that he has got respectable power. It can develop further, but at the moment, that's where it is.
Yeah, I don't think Whittaker's a heavy puncher. I don't think that's his asset. You know, what he is, he's slick. He's got wicked reflexes, very agile, you know, good shot selection, loads of self-confidence. You know, he's not a big hitter, you can see that, but he's you know, he's hard enough. He can stick you, his accuracy.
Just backing Arenyeka up to the ropes on the far side, a left hand into the body again, but Arenyeka just used those ropes, came back off them. It's decent work from him. He's putting the punches together a bit more here, but just walked onto an uppercut there from Whittaker. Whittaker just tapping him on the top of the head. He needs to be careful with that. The referee could take a dim view.
I think Ben's lost respect for Ezra's power, and he's just waiting for him to throw the shots, to create the gap, to throw the to make him pay. And that's one thing that he's excellent at, is making you miss and making you pay for it.
Very sharp, very accurate.
Right hand just clipped Whittaker as he was pulling out. He has landed some shots in this fight, the Nigerian. Often Whittaker has just been pulling away, pulling off the punch, so they haven't really landed too solidly. You have to give the away corner fighter credit here, because, as I said previously, this is a massive step up. He's handled the occasion, and it looks like he's going to go the distance here.
10th round now.
So into the 10th and final round, these two will be called to the centre to touch gloves. Joey Clayton saying to Whittaker, before this final 3 minutes, you decide whether this goes the distance or not. The trainer feeling that he is in the position to close the show here if he so chooses. From what we've seen so far, I would be impressed if he manages to do that, man, if he goes after it and gets that done.
Yeah, I would too. I think it'll be hard, because Arenyeka can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. He's only got this round to get through. It'll be you know, a moral victory for him to see the final bell, to go those 10 rounds.
Gum Shield has come out there of Whittaker. leaps into a massive left hook there, Arenyeka. Anthony Farnell was asking for it in the corner as he was able to take a breather there, Arenyeka, and he duly obliged. He's controlled this fight, Whittaker, from beginning to end, and he's kept the tempo at a decent level as well.
Yeah, and he's done so in second gear, if that, you know, he's had a canter really, hasn't he? Looks really comfortable.
Even giving you a wink and a nod in the in-between rounds there, Andy.
He's your friend now.
We're great pals. Great pals. I'm all for a bit of back and forth. I'm all for it. It should never be the case that we get to say what we want to say and athletes don't have their right to reply. I have no problem with it whatsoever. Heading into the final minute here. And he's going to go 10 rounds here, Whittaker. Get those under his belt.
I think he was just having a little look off at the clock outside of the ring then.
Arenyeka just leaning in, trying to land that left hand as we head into the final 30 seconds. Whittaker just sinking into those ropes. There's that left to the body. And he's still like that, Arenyeka. He's in trouble here, and maybe Whittaker can finish it. He's got 15 seconds remaining. The Nigerian desperately needs to try and hold on here. There was a left to the body, and then a trio of punches up top. And one, at least, really got through and put a big dent in him. And he's just about going to make it through to the final bell there, Arenyeka. But you can see how heavy and unsteady those legs are as he walks back towards Anthony Farnell.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 full championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judge Phil Edwards sees it 100 to 89, while judges Elena Pomivailo and Bayaskalan Sandag see it 99 to 90. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision and the new IBF International Light Heavyweight Champion, the Surgeon, Ben Whittaker!